Hello, hola dunya, Kimana Hashavanach, Colin MacDonald here, your host for the Wednesday night Ceilidh. Ta believer son of Colin Anach. Thanks for being with us tonight. And we are coming to you live from Bain Vabu here in Mabu and the Gaelic College campus. And we're thrilled to be with you and to have a Ceilidh here with none other than James MacLean on guitar, Kyle MacDonald on fiddle, and Jason Roach on piano. So Shinaka Shin. Without further ado, I'm going to hand things over to them to get the Ceilidh started. We'll be talking later.
Thanks, Colin. Maybe we'll start with a couple of jigs there, guys. Yeah, maybe we'll, I think we'll play in D. So it's quite a bit sharper there, right? Well, Brian, what camera are we at here?
You can look at either one, whatever one you want. You're the boss.
All right. Well, I'll say into this camera here, hello, Falcha, and Kimana Hashavanach. Nice to be with you and share music with you tonight. Those were a couple of jigs in the key of G that we've been playing lately and having some fun with. I want to just give you the names of them. The first is a jig by John McDougall from Mountain Road and Kenlock area, and he named that one Man of His Word. So I know John wrote many tunes, and that's a dandy one, and it's just thanks to the CMIC in Judic for publishing it, that it's circulating, you know. So the second tune is an old Scottish tune that I heard Brenda Stubbart play on an old tape, and so the name is The Laird of Cockpen. It's an old Scottish song, actually, so from the 1800s, I believe. And the third jig is a Jerry Holland and Paul Cranford tune called Combined Effort. So there you go. Yeah. Why don't we keep her moving right along here?
Yeah.
I just mentioned Paul Cranford. He lives on the North Shore. Just if he's watching, hey Paul. Hope you're having a good evening. We're going to play another Paul Cranford tune, Start Again. So we'll do the march in we'll stay in G for another set. So yeah, bold move, I know. All right. Well,
Ron, you
well.
gotta clap louder.
Yeah, no, that's just a lot of fun. I don't know. We've been, I guess, in need of some of this. I guess for those back home, if you haven't been out to a Ceilidh lately, go to one. We've been having some fun lately at Governor's and seeing more and more people each time we go out and around Sydney, and there's just so much good that comes of it. So there you go. Those tunes too. I think I'll mention Cameron Chisholm's name and Jerry Holland as two people that I was listening to closely and picking up lots of fun things that they can do and put down. So anyway, not to go in too much detail, but if you were hearing some of those tunes that are considered Cameron tunes, you know, or a tune there that I would kind of call a Jerry tune, yeah, it's extra for me to play those things and think about those people. So yeah. So we'll continue with that. I'll make this quick, but deserves mentioning. I was offered a piano by Father Dan MacDonald in Inverness several years ago, and I made a small donation to the parish there and took the piano, and it is a beautiful one. So I'm happy to own it. But it has a history as well. Father Eugene owned it years and years ago, and so I met Father Eugene the next time I spoke to him, and he had already heard that I had it. So whenever I play the march, I like to think of just not only a beautiful musical instrument, but just think of the guy too. So I'll send this one out to Father Eugene. This is his welcome to Cape North. And yeah, we all get a welcome to Cape North when we go. And if anyone's watching in Cape North, hello and welcome to the Ceilidh. And I missed the students up there that I taught last year. So if any of you are watching, hello guys. And I hope to make a visit up to your area sometime soon. All right. This is a Mike McDougall tune from Ingonish. All right.
Yee-hoo! Driver.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, that was fun, guys. My God. Yeah. A good set of reels there, I think. I feel that about them. They're very powerful reels when you string them together like that. I think I'm doing the thing here where each one of them could probably end a set. And that's a hard working set. There isn't really a happy tune in the middle there, you know? It's just kind of, you're on the farm for the whole set. You know, you're kind of working on the wharf for the whole set. You don't get to go home at the end. That's kind of the thing about that one. So, yeah. But anyway, there were lots of days like that, I'm sure, for people. So, I think I'd be looking to kind of slow it down after that, if that's all right. Maybe we'll do something a little less than flying at the reels for 5 minutes, maybe. But I'll just put some thought to it for a second and
Play something.
go for
Play some jigs, maybe.
would you like to?
Sure. Play some jigs.
Well, that would be a good idea then.
Let you rest your bow arm.
It's about time maybe that we hear the guitar too. So I don't want to overpower your sound either.
I'll just play some jigs today.
Good stuff.
I'll change my pick stuff. Good.
Nice jigs. How's everybody doing?
Great.
Good, yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Easy spot to feel comfortable, I'd say.
Yeah.
For me, I think the stage is pretty nice down here. A little bit of an echo in here too, so. Yeah.
So you fellas have been playing together a fair bit. Would you like to share a little bit of what you've been up to?
Sure, thanks. Yeah. I don't want to sound too like a school project reporting this, but no, I've been aware of these guys for years, but Jason reached out for a dance with Cameron Chisholm one time, and that was the first gig really that I think you and I played together. Probably we've been at many together, but not on the stage playing in the same group. And anyway, I've been a fan of Jason's for years and kind of studying what he's doing a little bit from the sidelines too, because I've been a extra traditional player in what I'm doing with the fiddle. And so the more that I listened to Jason, he just turned my ear, basically. I'll just put it that way. Just thought that would be fun to play a dance with him. And so it just started then, you know? I'd say no more thought than that. And then a couple of gigs later, I think James was quick to be beside us all of a sudden. James, do you remember how you...
I don't know how I came to be. I think I was hanging out with Jason playing some tunes,
That's
and
what it
I
was.
probably hung out with you, played some
Yes.
tunes, and then we just add 1 + 1 and added this together. And
So yeah, I should tell a quick story then that jogs my memory. I'm fixing up a home in Dunvegan that is kind of a family spot for generations, and so I don't know what stage in the project I was in when you gave me a shout, James, to say like, hey, let's play some tunes, you know, because you were in the area back from Halifax. Yeah. So that's it. True Ceilidh going on, you know. You're
Yeah.
just dropping over with an instrument. Yeah. So lately, Colin, we've been, as you know, playing more regularly and having some fun putting a few tracks together for a CD, so or a recording. So, so yeah, we've put. I guess I should go as far as to say we've spent a couple of days in the studio and had some fun there, and looking forward to a couple more maybe, and no big ideas other than that, just having fun and making music. So there you go.
So stay tuned.
I guess, yeah, stay tuned or listen up.
Yeah.
keep your ears open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all three of you are recipients of the Drivers
Yeah.
Award
Yeah.
through Celtic Colors as well.
Yeah. Jason, would you want to talk about the drivers for a second? Or do you want me to? Just because you were one of the early recipients in their run. So
Maybe
what
second?
year? Yeah, what year was yours? 2008 or
Yeah, or 2007. Maybe.
7? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And that was some studio time provided for a debut album, right?
That's right. I think three studio days provided by the studio themselves, by Lakewind, and 3 paid for by the drivers.
Yeah. And then so later on, James and I were both recipients in kind of the second decade of them running the program. I was 2016 and you 2018 respectively. So yeah, chance to say hello to all of the Festival Drivers Association members. I hope you're tuning in, and please say if you hear this, hello to other drivers from us. I don't know if I've ever been more thankful than when that was all coming about for me. So it gave me a chance to kind of practice being a musician for the first time as well in a serious way. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, we're gonna keep playing some tunes, do you think? Or
Yeah, would you like to hear Gaelic song?
yeah.
Would you help me on a chorus?
Sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna try MacLean, and this was I learned from a recording of one of the North Shore Gaelic singers, John Shawkin, and I do my best to do it justice. He had a very unique way and take on the song, very unique swing to it, almost more like a jig beat rather than like a 2/4 or 4/4. And so you'll hear this. This is a very popular song. You'd hear different versions of it, but not one like this one. So we'll give her a go. Malligown, oil gown, Malligown, Healy Gaffy, Krugel Hog, Gachuldain, Gaelic Bean, Jean er taking, good a Misha Hack a Jean, Comachine er na Lachkin, Rabbi Royer, Robdock, Gada, Vedden, Ned, Cook a Mark of Malligown, oil gown, Malligown, Healy Gaffy, Krugel Hog, Gachuldain, Gaelic Bean, Jean er taking, good a Misha Hack and Spears, and an agent's assassin, Vamirai, Mestan Charge, Cuyan or Erna Karsten, Malligown, Boyle Gown, Malligown, Healy Gathy, Grugahal, Gachuldain, Gaelic Bean, Jean er taking, Soundy and Jimmico Rua lead, Simicana Koa was a Gleck Mo Valley, Chitmo Hoosh, Gavin Coan, Sound Vafassen, Malligown, Boyle Gown, Malligown, Healy Gathy, Grugahal, Gachuldain, Gaelic Bean, Jean er taking, Soundy and Chimico River, Powell, the Rolex, a slash, and Gloincha, Fadam, Bachuch, Crown, Ira, Cow, Sir, and Glasgow, Malligown, Boyle Gown, Malligown, Healy Gathy, Grugahog, Achuldain, Gaelic Bean, Jean er taking, Malligown, Boyle Gown, Malligown, Healy Gathy, Grugahog, Achuldain, Gaelic Bean, Jean er taking. Sinead, Appalach. So that's Malligown, the Brown Molly. It's the name of a ship, and talks about all the different areas it sailed, and it sort of personifies the ship as a brown-haired maiden as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Ceilidh, you know that old story. So we're gonna keep the tunes going. It sounds awesome. Happily. You found your coffee? You got her? Good stuff. So yeah, keep the tunes rolling, and we'll chat again soon.
Sure.
Happily.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe we'll go for another blast of tunes. I'm thinking of the recording, but maybe we could just play. Play some jigs in E and E minor. Maybe kind of hold a little bit. Yeah. Nice job. Yeah, a couple of tunes there. We had the Ingonish jig in that one, and at the very end, Andy Jarlis jig, of course. So a couple of nods to the Rankin family, I'll say, on those tunes, and Howie.
Howie's watching. He's commenting.
Great, thumbs up. All right.
Summon them again.
Hope so. Hope he's commenting nicely. And I actually ran into Howie last week, and it was so nice to chat with him for a second. So, hello. The first tune I want to mention there, that jig comes from Foot Cape. That's an Ian McDougall composition, and he named that for a relative of his, so Kimberly Ann McDougall's jig. And so, little nod of the brow to Ian. Hello. Hope you're doing good, and a dandy tune there. So from a fellow Foot Caper, I like that one. So great. There's a couple other tunes there that are coming to mind now that I should have played. That's the way it goes. So anyway, we'll keep on. Maybe I'll play a group of tunes if there are no other objections. We won't got to get to that other set there later on, though.
Sure, yeah.
It'd be fun to do it if you're up for it. But maybe I'll play a little group of tunes in C. Is that okay? Mm-hmm. Killy Cranky, a Beautiful March, and then a couple of old Scottish strathspeys, Romithicurus Rent. I just kind of sound it out when I say it. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. We'll go from there into a couple of nice old Scottish C reels, and one that has some ties to Cape Breton too. More than just being played here, but possibly composed here as well. It's in the traditional kind of category. I recorded these last two C jigs with Howie as well. Or jigs, I said, but reels is what they're going to be. So, yeah, these three reels I recorded with Howie. So, all right, we'll give them a try. Okay, here we go. Nice job. That was fun.
Yew.
Yeah. Lots of fun. Well, yeah. I guess no other rules apply. We're thinking of step dancing when we're playing, right? So, I think that if you can listen to the music and consider it an invitation to get up and do some steps, that's a good way to be. So, it's also inviting you to tap your foot, right? So, the old classic. Just get your foot going. Hope so. Hope that's happening for you guys. If you find yourself doing a little reel step out by the kitchen, just be careful, okay? Put the food down first. All right. Maybe we'll try a little set that starts with some guitar reels. What do you think of
Sure,
that?
yeah, we can do that.
Do that D set.
Sure.
Do you want to mention the tunes?
Sure, yeah.
How did you come across them? And
Yeah, okay. The first tune is Jerry Holland tune. I think I probably first heard it off of one of Scott MacMillan's recordings. He recorded it on his Mini Adams sessions.
Yeah, right.
I think he recorded it a couple times. But then, yeah, the second tune was a Scott MacMillan tune that he composed. And there's a little story to it. It was named after Minnie Adams. And Minnie Adams was the lady who owned his house in Hillsborough before he bought the house, or before he got the house. And he was saying that, well, Scott tells the story better than I do, but he was saying that when he was moving into the house, as soon as he got in the house, he stopped everything and he just got this feeling over him. And he had to stop everything and he wrote this tune out, like with the first few minutes of being in the house.
Awesome.
And he wrote it after Minnie Adams. So this tune's called Minnie Adams House Reel.
Okay.
And yeah, and then we send it over to you.
Yeah, I think I'll finish up with Toss the Feathers.
Right now.
All right. Yeah, those are dandy tunes.
Yeah.
All right, that was fun. Yeah. Gotta take a breath of fresh air.
Take a breath.
Yeah. Hard to jump right into a monologue right after you do that, you know? Wouldn't be honest. So, yeah, all right. Well, let's keep it going right along then. We've been kind of cooking all along with marches and into fast stuff. So maybe we'll try the Fallen Chief and a daring move that I'm making right now. And we'll just see how it goes. If that's okay. And I'll dedicate this one, if I can, to just those watching at home who are feeling unsettled. If this will help you just to relax and think a good thought before bed. That's all this is for. So it's a little bit of a sad title. It means, well, it's called The Fallen Chief. So it kind of conjures up some powerful thoughts there. Also, the recordings that Jason and I and James listened to of this piece involve Cameron Chisholm's playing, so he puts his stamp on what he does. And so it kind of has that extra layer, we'll say, of interpretation. And so I'll try to work with it myself and make it my own. That's the rule that John Donald Cameron goes by. And so we'll continue on with that effort. And so the Fallen Chief, I also want to just add that this is, for me, a special piece. I played this at a very special send-off and funeral for my grandfather, Randy Kennedy, who was a bagpiper in Inverness County for years and an auto mechanic, heavy machine mechanic. Every time I'm going around the roundabout, the causeway, the rotary, kind of think of him. He played the bagpipes standing there for quite a few different summers. So yeah, I always wonder if it's him that's on the Ceilidh Trail sign, you know, the silhouette. So yeah, maybe a TMI moment, but I played this one whenever I go to play it now, I think of that day when I played it in Broad Cove. Okay, let's see how it goes. Kind of have to just pause for a second after that, you know? And oh, look who it is.
Yes, that was
Hello.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Really.
Appreciate it.
I'm not sure what to say after that.
Neither am I. Other than I'm just thinking of some that are listening that know Cameron's music very well and how difficult it is to even think about playing that tune as an artist without copying him completely. So it takes time and a little help and advice as well. As just like, I'm not trying to copy him exactly, you know, but there's certain things that when an individual fiddler is that good, Buddy has these things happen too, where the way it was done, you just can't do it any other way, right?
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, that's it. I'm trying to like reel it back. But I hope that folks enjoyed the piece. It's a little tough to follow, but if you just let it happen, it's pretty powerful, I think. So yeah.
So you've had some fun gigs, the three of you together recently. Governor's Pub in Sydney.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the Marguerite Fire Hall.
Yeah,
Square
yeah,
Dance.
yeah.
Through front porch.
Yes.
CB.
Yeah.
I'm putting you on the spot, but do you have any upcoming gigs?
Yeah, well, I'm sure we do. The one that I should tell everybody about, especially those in the Christmas Island, Iona area, is that the three of us will be playing at the Frolic and Folk Pub on April 26th from
Nice.
5 to 8. So get those calendars out, run over to the fridge and mark it on there. But we want to get so many people together who want to have a good time and just enjoy each other's company and catch up on news before the summer hits. So that's what we're hoping to do in April. We're also going to have, I think, well, actually, to confirm it, some recording equipment there too. So we're going to make a little, I don't know, I don't want to say a recording like you're going to get your hands on it, guys, but we might see what happens and just record it and have it as a little house tape of our own, you know? Yeah, so we're looking forward to that. And then after that, I know Jason, you play quite consistently, so I should mention Governors every weekend, but are there any other dates coming up that
that May weekend?
we're going to go on the road? Yeah, so
That's right,
those,
yeah.
if you're watching in Antigonish or Halifax, I would suggest keeping an eye out for Front Porch Productions postings on some square dances that are going on the road, maybe coming to a town near you. That's the idea that Peter is going along with in Marguerite. And those square dances are called, so there's multiple sets danced. It's a bit of a new experience, I want to say, but also that calling is an old tradition here too. So anyway, hats off to them, and I'm going to join them for a couple of dances in May long weekend. Yeah. Also, I know I'm not that good at marketing. I'm not posting on Facebook when I play, so I don't make it very easy on people trying to find where I'm going to play. But I should mention that I'm usually just trying to get to the next gig, and I'm not worried about promoting myself too much. But please reach out on Facebook. That's where you can find me if you want to get the group for any new gigs. All right, Rodney? Okay. So maybe we'll continue on. I should mention too, there's so many fun events around the Gaelic College, but I'll be doing some instructing there in the adult session this summer. So I'm often there lucky to be included as an instructor, of course, again this summer. And so I started in 2013 teaching at the college, and now it's starting to just grow in this experience for me. I'm looking forward to going back. I've been wondering too if there was a year that will come where I won't be there too, and I'm ready for it if it ever happened, you know, because I'm not entitled to it. But so I've been thinking about that lately, and invited back to do the recent March break session, and really appreciating it that much more. Because I've been lucky to not miss a year since 2013 for at least being involved in the education side at some point through the year. So
As a segue to that, just to mention our summer camps are open for registration since a little while now, and actually some of them are starting to fill up. Registrations have been great this year. So if you're interested, check out gaeliccollege.edu, and if you look at Learn with Us or Learn, if you click on in-person learning, you'll find all of our programs there. Also, if you're interested in online learning, we offer Gaelic online as well, all different levels from beginner to advanced. So feel free to check that out on our website. There's lots happening. We're preparing for a 4-week immersion course, which starts on April 28th. The deadline has passed for that. We're full, and very excited to welcome back Maddie Britton, and we'll be eating. How would that work? Speaking, eating, everything Gaelic.
Yeah.
Dreaming.
Dreaming
The dreams
Gaelic.
will probably start after the first couple of days. That's always fun. And we have students coming from all over the world, so very excited.
Awesome.
I have one more Gaelic song to share for tonight, and then I'll hand it back over to you. This is good old classic Shake Breton. Will you join me on the chorus?
Excellent.
All right. It's nice to sit down and sing. I prefer it to standing. Shake Breton, cheer mo cry, cheer and crisp and bound and art. Shake Breton, cheer mo cry, cheer is at your line how Svana ha me out and now, Connie out and cheer and bound. Sket the ha mo Gaelic gown, knee me round the here and clownin'. Shake a breath and cheer mo cry, cheer and cruised and bound and arm. Shake a breath and cheer mo cry, cheer is at your line how at your smashy half on grain, smelty sheen their verdant cake, going good, cluichry hail, Senate glazed your fawn a kango, shaking bread and cheer mo cry, cheered and cruised and bound in art, shaking bread and cheer mo cry, cheer is a line how Nooding goes a lake of beach, na have asha locks and cheer, scatty me on hammy ski, then a clive is like a valley, shake a bread and cheer mo cry, cheer and cruised and bound in art, shake a bread and cheer mo cry, cheer is a line and how shake a bread and cheer mo cry, cheer and cruise and bound in art, shake a bread and cheer mo cry, cheer is a line and how Thank you. Happily. And we'll hand things back over to the fellas. For some more tunes.
All right. Thanks, Colin.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I should check with you, Colin, just because I don't know what time we're at.
I'd say 25 or so left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Sounds good.
I'll be back.
All right then. So maybe we'll go for a set of jigs in the key of F. Does that sound okay? And maybe if there's a capo there.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
More like 20.
20? Okay. All right. Thanks, folks.
Ew.
Nice group of jigs there, yeah. I just want to mention the last tune. The name is My Friend Buddy, and it was written by Dan Huey McCachran. And a lot of folks know that, but not everybody. It's got a nice special hook to it, kind of, you know. It's just, he found that. So, kind of like what James mentioned earlier, when a composer has a feeling, or kind of like your thoughts go in a certain direction, I guess, and you find something that wasn't there before, you know. So anyway, not that I've composed a whole lot, but a little. You have too, a little bit. So you know what we're talking about. Maybe I'll try a big blast to finish it off. I don't know if we're too close to.
No, I think you're good.
To the end, and we'll make it count. I thought we'd maybe do a big Mark Strathspey reel kind of thing to finish it off, so.
Just keep going until Ryan starts putting away the cameras.
Yeah. We don't want to end up
Just turn the lights off, we'll know when to stop.
Yeah. We don't want to play until class tomorrow morning, you know. But yeah, it means a lot for me to play on this stage here in Mabu and have the guys join me, and so thanks for having us, and I hope you enjoyed the tunes, those sitting back home, and again, please find us somewhere. We'll be out and around, mainly on the island. We'll be making trips to the mainland from time to time, but come and visit us in Cape Breton if you're thinking of something to do some weekend, and yeah, if you're already here, then we'll see you around, checking the mail or something. All right.
See you at the co-op.
We'll see you somewhere, yeah, somewhere around. All right, so yeah, I'll start with a march called Fingal's Cave, and another tune that, you know, Buddy comes to mind, but so many great players do this one justice. So, and then I'll go into some Strathspeys as well, some Dan R. MacDonald stuff eventually, hopefully, and we'll see what the reels sound like. All right, you ready for King George too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
For sure.
All right then. I feel like I'm sharp. When the bow hits it, it flattens it a little bit. So, and I'm also thinking of the first notes there. All right. Fingal's Cave is not coming to mind, so I think I'll just skip it. You know, you draw a blank at the oddest times, so yeah. That's the story. Yeah, all right. Let's do something nice then. For Hugh McNeil over in Iona, we'll do a little Hector the Hero. And then go into the set from there. we go, boys. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.